Right. So please be muted. Okay. And I'm going to mute you. Yep. Okay, Yugandhar, you as well. I just muted you all. In case of any questions, you can just unmute and you can ask me. Received an email. Neha, you will get it. You will get it. Okay. So I'll send you the email ID. I mean, like software links and all. Fine. Okay, so let me connect to the server. How can I connect? How can I log into this machine, guys? Can anyone help me to log into this machine? How can I log into this machine directly? What is the Windows shortcut I have to use?
Control delete.
Which control?
Right.
Yes, not all control. Okay, so you have right control and left control. You have to use right control plus delete. So always this is the common practice. When you start your VM, you have to first check the IP address. There is a chance that IP address might be changed. Why? Because till now I connected to my office network. Okay, so there is a different internet. Now without shutting down my laptop, immediately I came to home and I connected to my home network. So IP address might be changed. Okay, so that is different network, this is different network. So how virtual machine and physical machine are communicating each other? Using internet only as of now. Okay, so internet is there to this machine, internet is there to my local laptop also. So both are connecting using internet. So there might be a chance that the IP address might be changed. So that's why every time when once you started your laptop for practice, when you start your VM, always you have to do this: log into the server directly, check the current IP address. Okay, open command prompt. What is the command to find the IP address, guys? What is the command?
IP config.
Right, IP config. I have to use IP config. So just a minute. IP command prompt is loading. You just click yes here. Whenever you see a new network, it will prompt you for yes or no. Just click yes. Okay. So IP config. Just check it. What is the IP address it is showing? It is showing 192.168.0.161. So let me go. I just created a shortcut on the taskbar. Okay, so that's why you can see on the taskbar. Otherwise, you can always open Windows plus R. What is the shortcut for RDP, guys? What is the shortcut for RDP? MSTSC. Okay, MSTSC. Just open Windows, run in your local laptop, type MSTSC. You will get this window. What is the new IP address? 161, right? Just change it to 161. 161. Let's see whether it is going to allow or not. Otherwise, what we have to do is we have to restart the virtual machine. Why? Because network changed, right? So when network changed, you have to generally restart the server to get the new IP address. Let's see, it might help us to connect. Yeah, it is asking for credentials. So username is administrator, password is my password. While configuring this Windows server, what password I gave, I have to give that password now, right? So guys, you cannot see now I connected using RDP, right? Immediately my direct connection is locked. See, either you can use RDP or direct connection at a time. Either one at a time you can use, either RDP or direct connection. Direct connection means directly log into this machine and accessing that machine. I told you, if RDP is not working, nothing to worry. You cannot see the big screen. You cannot copy the things from local laptop to the Windows server. That is the only difference between RDP, and you will feel a live practice in the organization. You will always use RDP, so you will be habituated to use RDP. So you don't worry. In case if you go to any company, if anyone asked you, hey, please connect to this server, please do RDP and all, you don't worry. You know, right? Daily you are connecting to the server through RDP, so it's very easy in the organization to manage. So that's why it's a live practice for you, and in the organization you don't get any shiver to connect to the servers and all. Otherwise, I know again, right? other trainers, they are not at all showing RDP how to connect to the servers and all. So it will create a big problem later once you got the job. Okay, so that's why to make sure you are comfortable with the real-time practices and all, I configured this RDP. So at a time, either RDP will work or direct connection will work. So I just logged into this machine, right, using RDP. So that's why immediately direct connection is locked. If I just logged into this machine now, and RDP will be closed automatically. So don't worry guys, this is a normal natural behavior of the machine. Either guys, in the organization I cannot connect to any server directly. Listen carefully. Why? Because this 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 tool will be in control, okay, with Windows team or VM team, virtual machine team. Generally Windows and VM team both are same. So this tool will be in control with Windows team, guys. Okay, they can log into the machines directly, but we cannot log into the machine directly. We have only one way, that is RDP. As we are managing all the machines, in our practice we can connect directly, but in the organization there is only one way to connect to that servers. What is that way, guys? Can anyone tell me? What is that way? What is that way, guys? How we'll connect to the servers in the organization? In what way we are? RDP only, we will use RDP option to connect to the servers. That is the only way. Okay, so we don't connect to the servers directly and all. So it will be not in our control, it will be not in our DBA control, it will be in Windows team control. So we have only one option to connect to the server, that is RDP. So now I connected to the server. So now I'm ready to install the SQL server. But if I want to install SQL Server, first of all, you should know the process. What is the process? Today we'll discuss the process. Okay, process to install SQL Server. We are going to use 2019 software. Okay, so I'll use 2019. After this installation, I'll show you 2022 also. Both are look almost same, look similar only. So installation, if you know the installation of one version completely, same concepts, same terminologies will be there for all the versions. There is no big difference. Okay, there is no big difference. 1 minute, Swati is doing something on my screen. Swati, just a minute. Let me clear all drawings and let me disable annotations for others. Okay, chalo, no issues, right? So you should know the process, guys. So the process is same for all the versions of SQL Server, same terminologies. If you know how to install SQL Server 2005, you can install 2008, 8R2, 12, 14, 16, 17, 19, 22. Just the window, the interface is going to be different, it is going to be changed, but the main theme, terminologies, concepts, internals, everything is same, guys. So if you know how to install SQL Server 2019, then you can easily install 2022, you can easily install 2017, you can easily install 2016, same terminologies. And we are discussing the latest version, 2019 and 2022 both are latest versions. So we'll start with the 2019 installation. So now if I want to install SQL Server 2019, what I should have, guys? What and all hardware and software requirements? Hardware requirements, software. First you should know this, right? What and all hardware and software requirements? You need RAM, right? You need CPU, right? You need a disk, right? So we need these main hardware requirements, guys, right? And what about software requirements? We should have VM or operating system, right? OS. We should have SQL Server software. Okay, which version you are going to install, that version software you should have. And for earlier versions, okay, right, for earlier versions .NET framework is mandatory to install SQL servers. Before 2019, if you want to install 2017, 2016, 2014, so .NET framework is mandatory. Okay, so how to install .NET framework, I'll show you. From server manager we can directly install .NET framework, but for 2019 2022 .NET framework is not mandatory. And who will install this .NET framework? This will be installed by your Windows team. After Windows Server installation, Windows team will install post installation softwares. Some default softwares will be there. For every application, .NET is mandatory, especially like SSMS Management Studio uses .NET framework features. So .NET framework is a software, guys. .NET framework is a software which will help you to design the applications and all. So for most of the Microsoft applications need .NET framework. So you have to install .NET framework, but not for 2019. Before 2019, like 2017, and not you are not going to install .NET framework. Windows team will be ready with this .NET framework. They will be installed the .NET framework on every machine. That is by default. After installation, they will have a checklist. In that checklist, they have to install .NET framework also. So this will be done by the Windows team, guys. I'll show you from where they are going to install. So the software requirements will be SQL Server software and .NET framework, guys. .NET framework. So these are the main software requirements, and of course SSMS is also one software requirement we should have to connect to the servers. These are the hardware and software requirements. Okay, so nothing to worry how much RAM we need, how much CPU we need. Why? Because in the organization all the servers are big servers, guys. We don't install SQL servers on 1 GB RAM or 2 GB RAM. Minimum to minimum 8 GB RAM will be there. Any machine minimum to minimum in the organization, minimum server RAM is 8 GB. Minimum server CPU like 8 cores or 4 cores, at least 4 cores will be there. So we need, if it is latest version, we need 3 to 4 GB of RAM, and we need 1 to 2 cores are enough. Minimum requirement. I am saying minimum requirement. Maximum requirement you can go with any number, no issues, but minimum requirement is we should have at least 3 to 4 GB of RAM for any version, and 1 to 2 CPU cores. So in the organization anyhow server will be configured with maximum requirements, so nothing to worry how much RAM I need, how much CPU, no one will ask you those questions. These are the hardware and software requirements to install SQL Server. We are ready with this RAM, CPU, disk, OS and all, everything is ready. Now .NET framework is not mandatory for 2019 onwards. So .NET framework you can skip it, but I'll show you how to do that. Not required. Why? Because this step we don't do in the organization. This will be done by the Windows team. SQL Server software we need. So from where we'll get this SQL Server software? So generally in the organization, they are going to buy the license, right? So they will keep it in one shared folder. They will buy the licenses, whatever edition it is, either it is enterprise edition or developer edition or standard edition. So they will maintain all the softwares in a separate folder, guys. Okay, in the organization you cannot directly download the SQL Server software to your Windows server. Internet won't work for the organizational servers. Listen carefully. There is no internet connectivity to your servers. They are all going to connect in the intranet. Intranet means communicating with each machine. Intranet. Okay, intranet. Internet means communicating with the outside the world. Outside of the world. Communicating with the outside world is called internet. Communicating with the public network is called internet. But if machines are communicating with each other in the organization, if I am having 10 servers, all these 10 servers will be in one network. That network is called intranet. One network or two networks, whatever it might be. So if all servers group together and if they are in one network, that is intranet. And if the servers are connected to the public network, that is internet. So due to security concerns, you don't get internet to your servers in the organization, so you cannot download it directly. No Google and all will work in the servers. In your laptop it will work, but in the servers, nothing, no Google, no internet, guys. Then how can I download the SQL server? Okay, how can I download the SQL server? So generally, in the organization, will manage all the softwares with the shared folders. What is that, guys? Shared folder. Shared folder. Shared folder is a folder which will be shareable among the servers. So it will be like this, okay, double back forward slash, yeah, and server name back forward slash, and something like DBA shared files, okay, forward slash SQL server 2022, something like this. This kind of path will be there, guys. Either it will be server name or IP address. So you have to get this path from your colleagues. You have to check with your colleagues. You have to get this path from your colleagues. So in that path, once you stepped into the organization, you have to ask him, hey, where we can find the SQL Server softwares. They will give you the shared location path and all. Most of the servers will have access to the shared location. Okay, what you have to do, get that path from your colleagues, go to the server, where is that? Yeah, go to the server, open Windows Run, just paste it here and click OK. And if path is existed, you are able to see the path, the folders and all will be opened, guys. From there directly you can copy paste the softwares. We don't have path currently, that's why you are getting a name error like this. Currently we don't have any path. 1 minute. Right, sorry, I'm so sorry, not forward slash, it's a backward slash, guys. Okay, so I just mentioned it as a forward slash, this should be backward slash. Okay, backward slash, you have to get this error, network diagnostic error. Okay, this is a backward slash only. I was just confused. Okay, so you, if in case if you don't have access, you will get an error like this, Windows can't access so and so shared location and all. So again I am saying, in the organization, how we are going to copy the softwares, guys, in the organization? In the organization, how we are going to copy the softwares? Using shared location.
Using the shared.
Yes, using shared location will copy the softwares in the organization. You cannot download it from the Google and all. There will be no Google access to the servers in the organization. Okay, you have to use shared location. This path, from where I can get this location, guys, the shared location, from where I can get it? From where I can get it? Can anyone tell me? I'll try to create. I'll try to create one shared location. Let's see whether it is going to work or not. Control Shift N. Okay, SQL DBA softwares, SQL Server 2022, 2019. We'll go with the 2019. So what I'll do, okay, I'm going to do like this. Right click properties. Don't worry, I'm just trying. Even I'm also not sure. Sharing, share here. Everyone, add, will give read write access, share. Okay, click OK. Yeah, now it is going to work. Right, so let me do one thing. Right click properties, sharing, copy this path. Right, okay, so you will get this kind of path. You will get this kind of path from your colleagues. Copy that path. This is the server name, guys. This is the server name. The first part is server name and this is the folder name. Copy that path and just paste it in your this path. From where you will get it? This path you will get it from your colleagues. You have to ask your colleagues, they will give you this path. In this path, don't think the same path, this kind of path similar to this path, right? Because in the organizations the folder names and all different, right? Just I'm giving you like this is how the folders will be, a shared location. Get this path from your colleagues, they are going to give you the path. For example, you want to install SQL Server on 161, 192, 160.0.161. You will connect to this 161 server remotely. Immediately you will open Windows Run. Immediately you will paste the shared location path and you will hit enter. So automatically it will open like this, and in that you can see multiple folders, SQL Server 2019, SQL Server 2022, like this, multiple folders. You will go to 2019 folder and you are going to start installing. There you can see the software. From there you can start installing the SQL Server, guys. Okay, fine. Is it clear? Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll copy the software to that location so that for tomorrow we'll be ready with the hardware and software requirements, guys. Tomorrow from the beginning onwards we'll start installing SQL Server. Right. So now I'll copy that SQL Server software to that particular location and all. Let it be. No issues. Now, next thing, what is the process? You should know this first. Who will tell you? Hey Deepak, please install SQL Server 2019. Who will tell you? Hey Abhi, please install SQL Server 2022 on so and so machine. Who will tell you?
The system and
Who will tell you, Abhi?
the Windows team
No,
or the
no. Windows team, no. They don't involve in SQL DB related activities. Try guys.
what? The system administrator probably.
No.
Application team.
Okay.
The developer probably.
Okay, fine. Okay, so what is the process? Application people will be there. Okay, application team, generally what they will do, guys, they don't tell you actually. So they will raise a ticket. To whom we are working, guys? For the application. For the application purpose only we are working. So application team or business owner, okay, or user or customer or client, all are same. Okay, all are same. So they are going to raise a ticket. Okay, so to raise this ticket, which tool we will use, guys? Either ServiceNow or Jira or something like Lotus Notes. So different ticketing tools are there. We'll discuss about this ServiceNow and all at the end of the course. Now it's not needed. Why? Because I told you, right? They don't come to your desk and they don't tell you in your ear. They don't whisper you, hey, can you please install 2019 for me? No, there should be an accountability for everything in the organization. If someone comes today and if they ask 2019, can you please install 2022 Enterprise Edition? And if he is not using that software, organization has to pay the money for that company, Microsoft. So if someone comes to you and if they ask you to install 2022, so in the audit again, organization will do auditing every year. They will check whether every SQL server is utilizing or not. If you are not utilizing, they will ask, okay, who installed this SQL server? Who asked you to install this SQL server? Is there any ticket to audit? What is the requirement? Why? Because unnecessarily they are paying lot of money. Right, there should be an accountability for each and every product that you are using in the organization. So that's why no one will directly comes to your desk and they don't ask you, hey, can you please install? They have to raise one ticket. Like if internet is not working, we'll raise a ticket, right? So he will give one ticket number, right, to track the status and all. So it will be helpful for the ticket, will be helpful for the accountability. It will be helpful for the auditing. It will be helpful to track the status. Okay, yesterday I told DBA team to install the SQL server. Let's check what is the status today. Directly the user will go to the ticket, will always update the tickets, what is the status and all. He will get the update in how many days the installation will be completed. For all this purpose we need ticket, guys. So without ticket we don't install anything. This is mandatory. Always listen this. In the interviews also they will concentrate more on the process. How to take backup, right click on the database, tasks, backup, full backup, give the path, take the full backup. Everyone can tell this answer. How to install SQL Server, copy the media, open the setup file, next, install. Everyone can answer this. He don't want to listen next, install. He want to listen the process. What best practices you are following, what process you are following. Are you following the process or not? He want to listen the process from you guys. Based on the project process only, he'll came to know whether you are a real-time guy or a fake DBA. So process is very important. So you will always get tickets from the users. Based on the tickets only you have to work. It's not like your friend said, someone in the Windows team is my close friend. He asked me to install one SQL server. Chalo. Okay. Dost mera dost, I'll install one SQL server for you. So it's not like that. Okay. So it doesn't work, guys, in the organization. You should be very careful. Without ticket, don't work on anything. Even if company CEO comes to you and asks you to install SQL Server, tell them, sure, I'll install the SQL Server. In the meanwhile, can you please raise a ticket for the auditing purpose? You have to reply to him like this. This is the process, okay? So once you raise the ticket, okay? So in the ticket, generally, to install SQL Server, we need Windows Server, right? We should need Windows Server, right? So in the ticket, generally who will complete the work first? First Windows team has to complete their task. They have to build the Windows server. Then network team has to complete their task. They have to open some ports. Then in case any storage team wants to add their disk, storage team has to complete their task. They want to add any disks and all, they want to increase the capacity of the drives and all. Storage team has to complete their task. Finally, the ticket comes to DBA team. This is the process, guys. This is the process. Then, then we can start installing the SQL Server. Why? Because without Windows Team's help, can you install SQL Server? First, Windows Team has to create a Windows machine, right? Last time we did the same. Windows Team created the Windows machine. Network team enabled the connections. Storage team added the disks. Finally, we are ready. So finally, the ticket will comes to DBA queue. DBA queue. Okay. So it will be in DBA queue. From that queue, we have to take this ticket. You have to assign to your name so that others know that so and so Dilip is working on this ticket. So in case if they are having any doubts, they will directly contact Dilip. Hey Dilip, what is the status of SQL Server installation? Dilip will tell you, okay, it will take time. I'm busy with some other work, or I'm waiting for the passwords. I'm waiting for some other user accounts. I'm waiting for some extra information, right? I'm waiting for extra information, and also Dilip will update to the user. If user needs any extra information, Dilip will give. If Dilip needs any extra information, user will give. So based on the coordination, we'll proceed to install SQL Server. This is the process, guys. Is it clear? What is the process of installing SQL Server, everyone? Any questions, any doubts? Guys, any questions, guys? Guys, can you hear me?
SQL
Yeah, yeah.
Server in a remote desktop.
Sorry?
In remote desktop, how to install SQL Server?
That we are going to discuss tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that is the main task. Okay, so as we don't have time today, so I'm not starting. It will take at least 1.5 hours to install. Installation is simple only, but I have to explain every component, right? So to discuss and to install parallelly, so it will take time. So that's why in the meantime we are discussing the process of installation. Tomorrow straight away we can start the installation. Fine, guys. Any other questions, please? No questions? Right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Notion.
Fine. So if you want to download SQL Server, okay.
I have a question.
Sorry, yes, Nini, please.
So, is the client the application team that raises the
Yes,
or the DBA?
correct. Yes, application team or business users will raise the request.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah,
And then it goes through all these teams like
correct, correct.
Windows team, network team, storage team, and
Ye-
eventually comes to the DBA team.
Yes, correct. So if
Got it.
no Windows machine, first Windows team, it will goes to Windows team. They are going to create the Windows. Sometimes what will happen that business people, that business users, okay, or the application owner will raise 4 tickets. First ticket will goes to Windows team, second ticket will goes to network team and storage team, and final ticket will comes to DBA team. But this is the process. Either it is a one ticket, single ticket, or multiple tickets. It should follow this process. First Windows, network, storage, finally DBA team.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, you ask one question for practice. Which version should I follow? Both are similar. 2019, 2022. Both are similar. There is no big difference between 19 and 2022. So you can follow any of the things, any of the versions. So I'll first install 2019. Later, slowly I'll go with the 2022. Okay. So that I can show you. If I install 2019, I can upgrade to 2022. There is a concept called upgradation. So that's why I'm installing 2019 first. That 2019 I'll upgrade to 2022 so that you will know how to upgrade the SQL Server also. Okay. Fine. Right. So how to install, how to download it SQL Server? Generally in the organization it will be there, but in case you want to download the SQL Server and all, developer edition and all you want to download, then how to download it? Okay. So you can go to this Google, then SQL Server 2019 developer edition or 2022 developer edition download. You can just type this. Always go to Microsoft only, don't go to other websites and all. Open SQL Server downloads, and there you will get one option. Okay, SQL Server with Azure and all, get started. See here, download free specialized edition. 1 minute, just 1 minute. Hello. Right, okay. So you can click on the download button. Okay, you will get one window. So that window, using that window, you can using that window, you can download actual SQL software version. These are free version, free edition. Sorry, developer and express editions are free, right? So you can download like this. Okay, but of course I'll give you the links. From that links you can download it directly. But generally this is how we'll download it in the organization. So now what I'll do, I have already downloaded the SQL server. I don't copy the software. What I'll do, I'll simply attach the SQL server 2019. Right click on the machine, go to settings, like how we attach it, guys. Again, I am saying, I know every batch one person or two people will do this mistake. The same mistake I came to know that someone installed Windows Server on their laptop directly. They directly double clicked on the software that I gave. Simply next. My sir said like this only, right? Next, and they installed Windows Server 2022 on their laptop directly without creating virtual machine. What happened? Their OS was gone, their data was gone. Again, I'm saying, first watch the video. As you are learning lot of things, you might remember that this might be the step, but that's not actual step. As a DBA, you should have three things. You should know three things. What is those three things, guys? Patience. You should have patience as a DBA. Watch the videos carefully. Practice it parallelly. Like how I did, you also follow me for a while. Once you are comfortable, then you can try practicing by your own. But until then, please practice. Go through the video once. Do as it is. Okay? Fine. So don't worry, guys. But again, while doing practicing, you have to follow this practice. So go to storage. Earlier it was Windows Server operating system, right? I am going to change it to SQL Server SQL Server application. Choose virtual optical disk file. So I have already downloaded. So this is my 2019 software. Double click on it. So now this is changed to 2019. Click OK. So now where I can see the software, go to the server, go to this PC. In the D drive, you can see that software. If you attach ISO image here in the storage section, this will be attached as a virtual disk in the server D drive. So now you can see here, right click, open. Now you can start installing SQL Server. This is the setup file. Okay, so now this is paused until tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock we'll start the instance. Tomorrow I'll start the class early. I'll give you 5 minutes buffer time. Why? Because 1.5 hour is not actually sufficient to install SQL Server. It will take extra time to discuss and install it parallelly. So try to join by 7:05 exactly. Not 7:05, I'm not giving 5 minutes. Try to join by 7 o'clock exactly, plus or minus 1-2 minutes. Okay, so that we'll start the installation immediately without wasting our time. Any questions, guys? Any questions, doubts?
I have to ask you this. I'm sorry. I know that maybe you have a bad connection. I think, but if you can hear me, um, I think I understand once we install the virtual machine, there are two things that we have to install. One is going to be the Windows operating system on the virtual machine. Is that correct?
Correct. First create VM. This is the first step. Create VM. Attach the operating system. First you have to complete this step. Without completing this step, don't open any software. Again, I am saying, without creating this virtual machine, without attaching the software, don't double click on any software. If you double click on SQL Server, that will be fine. That's just an application. But accidentally, if you double click on Windows Server, it is going to overwrite your existing laptop operating system. So you're going to lose the data. That is the main challenge. Okay. So the first step is create the VM. Attach the immediate step is attach the software in the storage section. Then you can double click on the machine to start installing SQL Server. Okay.
Okay, but if you can, just send me again with operating system link because I didn't.
Just send me the screenshot. I'll check it whether you have got the proper file or not. If not, I'll send you again. Okay, not an issue.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem, Abhi. Any other questions, guys, please? Okay, if no questions, tomorrow we'll connect and we'll start installing SQL Server. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good night. Good day. Guys, how to stop the server? How to stop the server? Don't drop. Just a minute. How to stop the server? So simply once your work is completed, click on this Windows button, shut down it. Don't shut down the servers in the organization. Okay, it's very important. As our work is completed, choose any planned action. So as our work is completed, so you have to shut down. In the practice, in the organization, you cannot shut down any servers. Once your work is completed, you have to sign out from the server. That I'll show you. Okay, in the next class, I'll show you how to sign out from the server. Simple. Windows R run. Simply type sign out. Just type sign out to come out from the server. Never ever shut down the server. If you shut down the server in the organization, that will be your last day in the organization. Believe me. We'll never shut down the server. Okay? Only once our work is completed, we'll log out and we'll come back. That's it. It's like an internet cave. If you go to internet cave, the servers will be up and running, the laptops or machines will be up and running. You'll complete your work and you will come out. You cannot shut down that server, right? That laptop in the internet cave. Right? As your work is completed, you cannot shut it down. Other people are going to work. Servers are up and running. Databases are up and running. If you shut down the server, databases will be down. If databases are down, application will be down. If application is down, business will be down. If business is down, your job will be down. Okay? Chalo, we'll never shut down. As a practice, of course, our work is completed. In our local laptop, you have to shut it down. But in the organization, you have to sign out and you have to close your laptop. That's it. Okay? Tomorrow, I'll show you how to sign out and how to disconnect from the server. Okay? Chalo, that's it, guys. Thank you all. We'll connect tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bye.